Reading from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 15, verse 3. Narupam maseha tato palapyate nanto na chadi na sampratishtha ashvatamenam suviruthamulam asanga shastrena tritena chitva. Translation. The real form of this banyan tree cannot be perceived in this world. No one can understand where it ends, where it begins, or where its foundation is. But with determination, one must cut down this strongly rooted tree with the weapon of detachment. So what do we have here? We have the further description of the banyan tree that we already heard about, the tree that is growing upside down and that is so complex and huge. And it's actually an analogy for the world that we are living in. And here we hear further that it's very difficult to understand this tree truly, to understand where it ends, where it begins, where it's its origin. But there is a way to that understanding. And the way to understand the tree is, first of all, to proceed with determination and to cut the strongly rooted tree with a weapon of detachment. When we heard word detachment, I have certain feedbacks that always, not feedbacks, the questions that always come up in the workshops, and I wanted to speak about them. First of all, when people hear detachment, they often think that that means that we are advised by Bhagavad Gita to leave everything behind us, to leave our families, to leave all the things that are in our possession. Although detachment can mean that in one way, and also although some people might choose to renounce everything, most of us in this world at this age are not really meant to be nuns or monks, and are meant to have a family life, are meant to have certain things in possession. It's simply natural for us, and to do something different would be very artificial and wouldn't be really beneficial for us in long term. The true detachment actually means true knowledge. It means to understand the nature of ourselves, the nature of the world around us, and to act accordingly. That's what true detachment means. Sometimes also people think that being detached means not having any emotions, or not showing, not expressing any feelings. And again, that is not really so. Being detached means that you know where you place your emotions and your feelings. For example, someone told me that although the woman who told me, although she understands that our essence, our nature is spiritual, and that we are spirit souls, she still will be sad when her parents leave this mortal body. And that's also natural. But then it's good to understand, what are you sad, or actually whom are you sad for? You're sad for that person that left, that consciousness, that soul that has left, for her or his association. And you're not sad for the body that is left behind to rot and decay. Well, unless we burn it, which is what is done in certain cultures, and it's considered a civilized way to deal with the leftovers. Yeah. So it's natural to feel sad when someone who is dear to us leaves, but it's good to understand whom we are sad for. Or I had questions also, mothers asking me, but I'm so attached to my child. It's a different thing when we act in certain, when a mother leaves everything and she even neglects her own needs for a certain period, for some time. It's a normal instinct of a mother. And if that would not be there, the child could die, because the child depends on the mother. So that's the way of expressing motherly love, and it has nothing to do with being attached to the child. Then someone also said, yeah, but I have feelings for my partner. That's also natural. But again, we need to understand the true nature of the person that we are dealing with. And if we are expecting from that person in our relationship to to behave according to our expectations, to fulfill our needs, and most probably even more likely our desires, then we are acting with attachment. Real love means understanding and accepting that person for who they are, and exchanging from that place. Yeah. So there are really many misconceptions, misunderstanding of that word detachment, or people think, yeah, real detachment means not to act. It's possible, but again, Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, he from the two ways of not acting and acting, he advises us to rather act. But how? With detachment. And the term would be nishkama karma yoga. Karma yoga means acting in proper way, understanding how to act. And nishkama, nish means no, kama means desire, attachment means acting without being attached to the results of your activities. In other words, when we act, it's normal that we have certain hopes, certain expectations, certain desires. Sometimes also I get that, but how can I act without having any vision, perspective, or hope, or expectation of a certain result? No, that's normal. But the moment you become attached to a certain result, it's the moment where you are having frustration and disappointment, because there are so many things in this world that are not under our control. Basically everything except from our own behavior and our own reactions is not under our control. So when we act normally, yeah, if we are having a project, we have certain plan and expectation in our mind, but if things turn out different, we understand that that's not the reason to be upset. So that means to act without attachment. And then again, how do we gain that detachment? Detachment in acting, detachment in also in our thinking. How do we gain that? The word that is used here for detachment is asanga. It's interesting. We had that before, means no. It's a prefix that means no. And sangha, san means with, together. Sangha, we often use that word when we hear, we go for sadhu sangha. Sangha with sadhus, with the persons who are wise and who can transfer the knowledge and the realizations that they have and help us on our path. So sangha means together, but asanga means to detach ourselves. How do we detach ourselves? We detach ourselves from the wrong understanding by sangha, by association with those who can give us proper knowledge. Yep. So there we come back to the same point like at the end of the last video, that association with those who are spiritually minded and who have knowledge and realizations is the most valuable thing that we can aspire for, and that's why we can choose wisely when it comes to our association. So I'll leave you with that, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Thank you so much.